How to create effective Facebook posts. Reach more people with Facebook Wi-Fi. Oh, yeah.
Facebook Wi-Fi?
Apparently.
Now what?
They're just trying to slung you stuff.
They got plans for world domination, haven't
I
they?
think they do.
Well, we've just appeared. We've just appeared on definitely the.
Oh, look, you're wearing. I didn't even realize you're wearing gray today. So am I. That's funny.
I just put a shirt on.
Me too.
Yeah, I don't have many shirts, no tie-dyes or anything like that.
No.
As you do.
You have enough tie-dyes that I don't have to do laundry for 2 weeks.
You're lucky if you can do laundry every 2 weeks.
That's why you have enough tie-dyes, because I can only be the Cinderella scullery maid. Every so often I have too many other hats.
Listen, the butcher doesn't box your ears every day, so it's all good.
No.
At least your ears don't get boxed. Anyway, come on, it's nearly 11. We should be doing stuff. It's not
only
quite
10:59. You
10:50.
can't say it till 11, right?
We can't. There's a law.
There's a law?
There is.
It's an unwritten law. It's an understood law.
I don't know.
No more sneezing.
Please, no. I think the allergies are like, I shall. It's 11, so there you go.
It's 11sies, the late morning show with Lisa and Anton Stewart. I'm Lisa.
And I'm Anton.
Good morning and welcome to 11sies.
And this is Skittle.
And this is Skittle, who wants her head rubbed today.
I don't know.
She's just in this spot where she just wants her head rubbed today.
I think she needs a head looked at, personally.
Well, that's why she's called Skittle. Her original name was Morgan because she has a big M on her forehead. Morgan, kind of like the Morgan, because she's always been a little bit nuts. But then she just got nicknamed Skittle because she kind of has super schizoid moments.
Well, she also bowls around all over the place, smacking things over.
Yeah, she's just Skittles.
But really, that would be more the bowling ball than the Skittle, wouldn't it be? Good morning, out running. Oh my goodness, is somebody shooting at you, Gilda? It's the only reason you get me run. I need to get run. I need to. I really.
No,
maybe.
Well,
maybe we'll start a some kind of bizarre fitness thing when we get enough viewers, and we'll see if you can't persuade us both to get like ridiculously fit and good looking.
If I could move, I could get fit. Wish me
Well,
luck. I'm going today for
today.
an MRI to see
if we
what's
can't
going
get
on
your
in my
knee
knee.
sorted out. Yeah,
that's why I've been gimping around for a month.
Not been funny. Not much takes you off your feet. I know that much. But
no. Well, I keep doing stuff anyway. But
excuse me.
I'm itchy today.
Well, yes, itchy scratchy.
Itchy
scratchy show. Hello, Wendy. Thank you for watching us. Good morning. So anyway, I suppose we might as well vaguely make a start of all the fun stuff because it is in fact Which Way Wednesday.
I'm gonna do it as tails.
Probably try and set fire to it. I don't know. We thought, as it's Which Way Wednesday, maybe we'd talk about which witchy spells work.
Oh, yes.
And why?
Why?
Why witchy spells?
Why do some spells work and other spells don't?
Yes, which spells?
Kim says her hubby's having problems with his knee too.
Oh,
there must be a
sorry.
tag in this shirt that I didn't take out.
Wardrobe!
Makeup!
I don't know. Makeup's not going to fix it for me, I'm afraid.
No, I don't know.
Hideous in the face.
He tore his meniscus. Well, I don't know what happened.
Nasty.
I know I'm old and I know I'm heavy and I know I have arthritis, but my left knee has just got a big egg on it and I'm really having a little bit of trouble getting around, but it'll be all right. Anyway, so we want to talk about, not me, we want to talk about why some spells seem to work.
Oof, just like that.
Magic.
Just like magic.
And other spells,
morning, Sparky.
Other spells don't seem to come to fruition.
Yes.
So
not so much burst into life as fizzle out.
I think there's a lot of factors. Now there's two schools of thought to start, right? That the two basic schools of thought. One is set it and forget it. In other words, kind of more like sigil magic, or put your all and your energy into that spell at that moment, and then just know it's happening. Set it and forget it. The other side of it is write a rhyme or a chant, or have a talisman or something that every time you look at it or every time you think about it, it charges up the spell. So those are kind of the two opposite ends of the spectrum, and other people might work somewhere in between. In other words, the set it and forget it people might have the sigil by their coffee pot, And then every morning when they see the sigil, they think, oh, my
Oh,
spell
it's
is
like
working.
little
They may not,
subliminal reference. To
right,
it.
they might not exactly remember the sentence they wrote, but they know the intention, and they think, oh, my spell is working. Oh, Autumn Lorraine says, I like that idea. Other people like to really go to their altar every morning, and they might like to chant every morning. I know that Anton and I
Morning, Aaron.
do have a little morning coffee ritual.
Morning coffee ritual, yeah.
Where we speak into being what we're working on into our coffee, and then we take it into us.
Yep, we
So
literally
that
enchant
we-
our coffee. every
Right,
morning.
and then we kind of become what we've said the coffee is charged for. So with the full moon coming tomorrow,
Oh, yes.
and it's the
And Mercury's gone direct.
Mercury's gone direct, and it's the Capricorn full moon. And Capricorn is ruled by Saturn. And Saturn is about grounding and roots and karma and lessons.
Physicalities, coming into physicality.
Things coming into physical being.
It's
Yeah.
restriction, but it can be like forming that
Forming
energy.
something.
Forming
So
that
it might
energy,
be a good time to do prosperity magic. It
Well,
certainly is a good time to do
auspicious
prosperity
time for prosperity magic. I
So
think.
you could do a set it and forget it,
You could.
or you could do I'm sorry, I just feel very itchy. You could do a set it and forget it, or you could do something. Maybe you have a special coin for magical.
It's Skittle. She's trying
It's
to
Skittle?
destroy something else.
She's licking the empty spinach
I don't
container.
She's either going to turn into... no, it's made her sneeze. She's going
Crazy.
to turn into Popeye all of a
Oh my
sudden.
God, I feel
Come
like
on,
they're
focus.
just so distracted this morning.
Yes, you must focus.
All right. So for this year, for Magical Year, we sent out special coins or $2 bills or something. I can't remember which. It was one of the two, where you're going to do prosperity magic with this coin. And then the idea is you could put the coin in a container and add to it all the time, right? You could put it into a little magic box or a piggy bank or whatever. Or you could put the bill or coin into your wallet to grow money. And I would put it with the bills, not the other coins. You're crazy, Skits.
Oh, now she's going to...
She's loving up the computer, yeah.
I don't know.
It's hers, you see.
No, it's not.
Is why would Mom want to talk to this, this writing box instead of, talking to her? Anyway, so there's many different ways you can do it. But the point about it is success or not.
What works, what doesn't work, and why?
This is why a book of shadows, like a log of what worked and what didn't, is kind of a good idea. It doesn't matter how much work you do if you don't believe it.
You're right. I'm laughing because you are actually advocating a scientific approach to magic.
Well, they are the same thing, right?
Well, I personally believe so.
So
But
you
yeah,
could look up
what the energies
you
of
could
it
say, I want to have a green cord and I'm going to charge that at this particular minute during this particular moon. And this, you could put the micrometer on the manure pile, as they say. You could get every single detail of the scientific part. Right.
Well, you could. But
This is ruled by that, and this is ruled by that, and I have to have this, and I have to have that, and I've got an altar the size of,
somebody somewhere
whatever.
came up with some of this empirical evidence, though, didn't they?
I understand that, but
For
what
other
I'm,
people to say this colour is associated with this and what have you. But go on.
what I'm saying is you could do every single thing right
Mechanically, yep.
and not believe it,
Then you're screwed.
and then it won't work. Or you could have nothing, not even an athame. You could
Yes.
have nothing, and you could meditate and build your temple around you,
Yes.
and visualize all the things that you're working with, and create a spell in your head
Absolutely.
and absolutely believe it,
Yeah.
and
Well,
that magic would work.
It's where, Yoda pulls the X-Wing fighter out of the swamp on Dagobah, and Luke looks at him and says, I don't believe him. He says, that is why you fail.
So
It
why
is.
magic works and why it doesn't really depends on the practitioner's intention and belief, right? Try not to use words like need or want, because the universe is silly that way and thinks you want to.
We'll be attracting needs and wants.
But let's say, for example, there's a debt that you want to get out of. And you're going to do prosperity magic tomorrow. Or you may, you could start tonight, build money. Tomorrow you could do a big push, and the next night you could do the banish debt thing. But if you start the spell and you cast your circle and you begin your work with the idea in the back of your mind that you are never going to achieve getting out of this debt, you may as well not do the
bother.
work.
Certainly when people come to us with an issue, with a problem, one of the things that I first try to set as a boundary or a ground rule, or this has to be an absolute if we're going to move forwards from this point, is that you have to believe there is a fix for your problem.
Energy follows thought.
If you don't believe that your problem can ever be fixed, it will never be fixed. You will continue to draw the energy of that problem to you, and you reinforce its stickiness, if you will. It's because your energy is magnified. Your intent is magnified. You don't think it's your intent, but if you are convinced you can't solve your problem, you can't solve your problem.
You never will, right?
Because you're convinced. If you just at the very first step, even if it's something that's seemingly insurmountable, the very first step is to accept that there may just be a bloody solution for this problem. And if you accept that, we're now going a long way down the road.
And this kind of works with the set it and forget it people, right? So you petition the goddess and you say, this is what has to happen. Whoever your goddess is that you have a relationship with doesn't necessarily have to be a prosperity goddess to do prosperity work. It's the goddess you have a relationship with, and you say, look, I truly have faith that you will help me do this. And you don't know how, right? You believe you will get rid of that debt, but you can't see the whole entire process of how. That's not about not having faith or believing that it's going to happen. So you say, Great Mother Caradwen, I have to get out from under this situation. I know you know how, and I will look for the direction and signs that you give me. So you don't have to have every detail of how you're getting from A to B, but you have that faith inside of you that says, I know there is a way. I know I can do this.
I know it can be done.
And then things will start to happen. You'll be given different signs or strengthened along the way. And it may not be something that's going to happen in one cycle of the moon. It might take more than 1 month or one. So the next time you visit, you say, wow, look, I've come this far. This strengthens my belief, and I'm going to work full moon magic again. So it may not be something that you are focusing attention on every single day. It may be more like that set it and forget it. I give this up to the gods, do this, but I won't work against it.
I love it. I love what Sparky's chiming in. You see what she wrote there? It says seekers find solutions. Absolutely.
Yep.
And that is so true. We work our magic, and what you have to accept with magic, and this is where we started to get into this a little bit. Whilst your Book of Shadows, if you do it right, you're recording all of the pertinent information. What were the astrological energies available at the time? How did I do my working? So you can go back and you can see for yourself what actually works practically. So you've got that scientific approach. But just to expand on that a tiny bit more, science and magic are exactly the same thing. We're talking about energies,
Right.
except science needs to explain the mechanism and look for correlations and all that sort of stuff without necessarily utilizing the effect, whereas magic simply seeks to utilize the effect without trying to explain the mechanism. So we may not know the route forwards, when we set
We
out
don't
doing
know
our
every
magic.
single step. We just know
And-
we have to get moving.
Your set it and forget it thing and your work on it like frantically are almost like something you've got on the back burner, just simmering away all by
And
itself.
that makes a really good sauce in the end.
And then there's you with your big wok and the flame, giving it large, up the front. We're still cooking. We're still cooking both ways, We're still preparing something. Sparky says, "Lol, I have a biology degree." Well, there you go. That's pretty darned awesome.
Kim says, I did what you suggested and sent love to the problem coworker, and things are getting better.
There you go.
I
Only
know
works
it's hard.
100% of the
I
time.
know it's hard.
Love fixes things. It does. Anger, hatred, angst doesn't fix a damn thing. Just makes it worse. So yeah. But the most important thing is, this is, when you go there where you're making your sauce on the back burner, or you're working your butt off on your wok to do your stir fry or whatever it is you're working on, you are cognizant of the fact that what you are actually doing is cooking. And there's going to be a meal at the end of this.
Right. There's
You
the
know
sauce,
there's gonna
here's
be
the
a
other
meal.
ingredients, and they're going to come together.
You might have to. Oh well, that's a bit salty. You might have to throw a potato in there, or whatever. You test and adjust. You go as you
You
go.
believe in the end result, though. You're going to have a yummy meal, and you're going to
have
fill
a
your
meal.
belly.
You're going to have a meal.
So you can just set it and forget it, or you can work on it every single day, or you can have it in your mind. If you do have trouble focusing, then a good thing to do is set yourself a little statement of intention and say it to yourself. Every time you look in the mirror,
Good
you
idea.
say, I deserve to be happy. And you've set your spell for the things that you believe will bring you happiness, peace, comfort, love, whatever it is that you've done your spell work for. You can reinforce it by looking at yourself and saying, I deserve whatever it is. So instead of looking in the mirror and saying, I want or I will,
Yeah.
and some people aren't comfortable with I am, right?
Yeah, that's where we need to be.
I
ultimately.
am is where we need to be. But if you're in a really horrible situation,
Put you in a place of recovery. Yeah.
looking in the mirror and saying, I am happy,
Isn't necessarily
even though we
true
would
at
love
that
for you to
point.
choose happiness, you don't feel like you're there yet. I deserve happiness helps to open that pathway. So there's a bunch of things that you can do to try to trick your subconscious into following your conscious.
Nurture yourself,
Yeah.
not harm yourself. So all too often we've got the evil twin on our shoulders going, me. Why would you do that? Why would you say that? Me.
You don't really deserve to be happy because you're a jerk.
You're a
and blah,
pile
blah,
of
blah.
crap at everything. Me.
Yeah.
And this is not where you need to be. And
But
we
sometimes-
totally understand. You can't just flick a switch and go, oh, I am totally happy.
I am healed.
That would be great.
I deserve to be healthy.
This is, and know that there's a route there, even if you don't know the route.
Right.
Know that there is a solution, even if you can't see it right now. Know that situation, that solution, that route will be illuminated to you as you move forward on the path, so long as you have the eyes to look and that
Follow
you're
the
focused
directions, right?
on looking for it, not looking at the problem. Yeah.
Right.
If you're looking at the problem, that's where your
Energy
is going.
follows thought. You're going to look at it and it's going to draw you right back to it.
Aim for the gap, not the thing in front of you. Aim
And,
for the gap.
try to follow the signs that are given to you. You should do this today. Oh, well, yeah. Well, the goddess is saying, hey, look, I'm trying to I'm trying to give you the directions, get out of bed and get dressed today and maybe try to go do that. And you might get a result,
I'll give you an example of a result. We've been trying for ages to get better known on YouTube. We're working hard at it. And I worked quite late last night to
like 1:30 in the morning.
to finish putting together our new sign video, which we shot some time ago, but it's like find the time to do it. So we actually put it up May 24th, to give you an example of when we actually hung the sign, because right at the end of the video you'll see that's the date it is. So so finally I did that, and like probably I found out when we woke up this morning we'd just been accepted into the YouTube Partner Program. Yay, result. Finally, we might be starting to get a little bit of headway and starting to be less of a well-kept secret. But it's interesting that the energy was all about our sign and being noticed, and that was our focus on there, because our sign was horribly faded. Some urchin who'd imbibed one too many down the local hostelry decided to use it as a gymnasium and snapped off one of the poles below the ground.
And the light was dangling on one side, and it needed some TLC.
It needed TLC, so we took care of that.
So we took care of the sign and put up the sign video, and it was definitely a sign, haha.
Yeah.
Because we got recognized. So.
And people whom I've never heard of are already starting to comment on that video, which is fantastic, because that's what we're about. We believe that we have the ability to make the world a little bit of a better place with some of the ideas and counsel that we perhaps could offer. We've been trudging on this well-worn path for quite a while. We've fallen down a few potholes. We've tripped over a lot of branches.
We've met a lot of not so helpful people.
and we'd love to be able to say, hey, guys, look, there's a really good way here if you like bimble along here. What's that say? Sparky says, yay, YouTube Partner Program. Bye, please tell Lisa I like her hair up. Okay. What?
Because nobody recognized me the other day because I had my hair up in a bun.
Oh, right.
It was so hot, and then I had my hair up in a bun. Had my hair up in a bun, and I had a mask on, and people were looking at me like, "Oh, I didn't know it was you."
Who are you?
Because we are still masking. I don't mean to be give a downer or anything, but. We are personally concerned a little bit about the Delta variant.
Yeah, it spreads pretty rapidly by all accounts.
It's not necessarily just a selfish thing to protect ourselves, but we really, really think that we should try to protect others. So we're asking for people who come in to still wear a mask, even if they are vaccinated, to protect other people who are vulnerable, who maybe have medical reasons that they can't take the vaccine. So getting COVID would be a really bad thing for them.
Would be. Bad thing for anybody, to be perfectly honest.
So even though the mask mandate has been lifted, we are asking people, and we do have the little blue medical masks if you don't have one with you. And it's not about trying to inconvenience or control anyone or take away their rights. It's about caring for others.
Yes. Threw me completely there, because I can't remember where the hell we
were talking about magic.
We were actually talking about magic, yes, and focusing on stuff and
making the world a better place.
So yeah, we would like to make the world a little bit of a better place, and we think we have a reasonably okay sort of message, if you like, that we'd love people to sort of come and get involved, and together we can make the world
more and more
a better
people
place.
Are really starting to seek and come in, and they come in and they say, oh, I came in because the place is purple. Okay.
Yeah.
And I don't know why I'm here, but I need something. I came here for something. What do I need? And it's really funny. And
it's cool though. It is honestly like platform 9 3/4. The amount of people that live in New Paltz and have been there for years and years and years. I've lived in town 20 years and I've never been in here before.
And then
I didn't even know it was here.
Sometimes it's a real fun experience. I'll be like, oh, well, I think you need a citrine for your Virgo tummy. I am a Virgo. But that's good, because it'll really get them going on the rabbit hole,
Erin says, tell them they need 2 of everything. If they're a Gemini, absolutely they need 2 of everything. we're probably going to get to of everything. That's about the size of it. And yeah, I agree with caring for others. Caring for others is that's it. We don't realize, and if we as a race took to heart our first duty is to each other, think how different the world would be.
Well, I remember not too long ago, and I didn't copy it, but there was a meme about heaven and hell and a little story. So guy opens the door into hell, and there's a giant bowl of the most amazing food and these enormously long spoons. And everybody is sat around holding a spoon, starving to death in hell. And the guy thinks, look at all that food. And he opens the door to heaven. And the food is almost gone because people are using their spoon to feed the person across the giant circle, right? So they can't just dig in with their hands because the food is in the center of this thing with a big, fire pit around it. So they'd burn their arm off, right? Use the spoon to feed the person across from them. And everybody's full and having a great time enjoying themselves because they're taking care of each other. And
feeding one another is fun.
It is, yeah. You're thinking about strawberries and champagne, are you?
Yes, and all sorts of interesting. Never mind.
But it's
Sorry.
It's. I'm not going to peel you grapes today, so forget
Oh,
it.
damn.
But it's true. If everybody on the planet was Reiki level 1, if we knew how to respond and not react, and if we knew how to care for each other, wouldn't the world be a better place?
Yes. I mean, it is, we forget it is such a basic human need to be accepted by our peers, because we are, curiously enough, a congregate social animal.
Yeah.
And we need to live in a society. Very, very, very few people could be classed as total loners. Most people don't have the skill set to do absolutely everything. Yeah. So, I mean, if somebody has got that skill set, they isolate themselves from humanity, they live in the woods off their own resources, great. If that's their
Kudos to you.
gig and that's what you want to do,
hermit.
Have at it. There is hey DT Gamer.
There's things to be said.
DJ, I think your name's DJ. I think that's what
there are things to be said for not having to deal with people.
There are sometimes, yes, because some people can be difficult. But I usually find that the things that it's when they're so self-absorbed and they forget, that there are other people around them.
And this pandemic has isolated.
Oh, hasn't it?
Anyway, go ahead. I'm sorry.
But aside from those very, very few people who have the ability to totally isolate themselves and live on their own resources, most people need support of their community, their group, their society. We don't have a universal skill set, so we work together to support one another. And unfortunately, then the banks get in the way, and this thing called money. So it ceases to be an exchange of energy anymore. It's just here have this token, which is an exchange of energy.
Well, even just you go back to our parents' generation. Now, our parents were quite old when they had us, so they were young in the 40s.
Yeah,
absolutely. Young in the 40s. And you think everybody had their victory gardens, right? But when you looked at a small community, people knew that to grow a lot of one thing was easier than to try to grow everything, right? So you need at least...
And Bill grows the best tomatoes.
You need at least 15 stalks of corn. So they would each grow a bumper crop of something and trade. Uh-huh. It wasn't a money thing; it was a barter thing.
Well, that's where money came. That's why it's called quid in English. It's quid pro quo, something for something else. It's a replacement. So the money is a replacement of energy. Is this idea? But then people realised you can hoard money where you can't hoard energy.
What good is it? You can't eat money. Poison
but
everything.
You can hoard it because it enables you to get lots of nice shiny things. And people, unfortunately, the gods, I think, of the West, particularly in late stage capitalist America, for want of a better word, the gods that we worship are money. and we see somebody who's
Little tin god.
yeah, we can see somebody who's got so much money, you know, and we have to worship them because they have money, you know. Therefore, they're obviously highly revered and honored by the gods because they've amassed so much money. That ain't it. If you have all the money in the world, it's interesting we're talking about prosperity spells.
Well, because
the money is
Capricorn
worthless.
full moon.
Money is worthless. So.
But money is a means to make things easier, right?
Mm-hmm.
If you don't have to worry about paying for the treatment,
True.
healing is easier.
Yes.
If you don't have to worry about paying for the groceries, you can make better meals.
But
if you don't have to worry.
In your true society where we look out for each other, your doctor would give his or her skills entirely for free, as would the farmer who makes,
because they wouldn't give it for free because
the doctor.
Right, the doctor would be getting eggs and milk and cheese and all those things. So again,
velocity of money for work. That's a very good thing. You must be an economist, I have to tell you.
What did she say?
She said, don't get me talking about the Federal Reserve. Need the velocity of money for money to work. Otherwise, it's stagnant. Exactly. If you hoard money and do nothing with it, it does nothing for the economy.
The flow of abundance.
It destroys
it's about
the
flow of abundance.
Yes.
So rather than worry, just know it's going to be okay, right? Rather than be stingy, share, right? If you grew something, or like we've got 10 laying hens they're not laying yet, but by November they will. We'll be sharing.
We have the most expensive eggs on earth.
We'll be sharing eggs from them. We have 5 layers right now, but they don't lay every day, obviously. So
you love them,
and we love quiche. So
well, that's true. Make a damn good quiche, if you don't mind me saying.
But
frittata.
Sometimes sharing something makes it grow.
Yes, it does.
For example, if you really want to find love, you should be putting love out there.
Absolutely.
If you really want to grow money, you shouldn't be hoarding it. Spend a little. Now, I'm not saying that means
spend
you have
everything.
That you're down to your last $20 and you have no idea how you're going to put gas in your car. But Lisa said in order to get money, you have to spend that last $20. No. But you might want to do a 10% thing, and spend $2 frivolously on something that you could enjoy, like a ice cream cone or something.
Changes your mindset as well.
Absolutely.
Takes you from a place of desperation and focused on need and want.
I can't do that. I can't do that. I don't have enough for that. I'm not allowed to do that. I can't spend that. I can't. That is not going to give you a flow of abundance.
No, you're stuck in that cycle where you're attracting need and want and desperation to you.
Or better yet, spend a few dollars on something to give to someone that you care about.
Ooh, how about that?
Right?
That sounds surprising, doesn't it?
I have $50 and I'm going to spend $5 on a card for my friend, and I'm going to write in there how much I care about them, and I'm going to give them.
Not because it's their birthday or anything. It's just a random. We love those. We don't really celebrate birthdays and holidays and all that.
We don't give each other presents at Yule. We usually get a Yule tree for the house.
Yeah,
and we don't do a lot of birthday present stuff. It's mostly what we call "I love you" presents.
Yeah, little "I love you" gifts.
That came from
I saw this and I thought you'd like it.
My family, like. The other day, he went up to the grocery store and came back with flowers. I love you present. I have flowers for you.
And Emmett's nearly eaten them all.
Well, yeah, we do have evil cats.
What are you going to do?
Nothing can do.
It's just died.
All right, so why spells work and why they don't?
I think we got there in the end.
It's not in the mechanism.
Very circuitous route.
It's not in the mechanism. It's in the knowing. So you could do something very simple or very elaborate. You could set it and forget it. You could charge it every day. The key to the success of the spell is knowing you're going to be successful.
Even if you don't know quite how it's going to come together, and focus. It's energy. All comes down to energy. That's all witchcraft is, manipulation of energy. And so think about energies are very, very subtle. And forces are at play that we may not be able to measure or quantify or totally understand.
But we might not have even drawn it to us at that second. It's coming,
So, but the lowest common denominator, for want of a better word, The thing that is absolutely there that has to exist is that the knowledge, the unshakable knowledge that there is a solution
that there
to this
is
problem.
a result.
There is a result. And that you believe you are working to that result and you are focused on achieving that result, not continuing to go, oh my God, but oh yeah, but look. You know, but cancels out everything that ever went before.
Do you ever think about that? I love you, but...
But means but I'm getting a divorce.
But means, there was a thing for but.
Behold the underlying truth.
Behold the underlying truth, yes.
It cancels out everything that goes...
I love you, but behold the underlying truth.
Yes, interesting stuff. But...
But I believe that was a Skipism.
But. I don't know, I said that before, Skip. I've been saying that for years.
Okay.
But I'm sure Skip wants to use it. Did he?
Oh, yeah.
I love it. I love it.
Card of the day.
Oh, God, you know we better. You know, we've been talking for...
Well, we don't have to open today because Jen is back.
Yay! Yay, and I hope she's doing well. So why don't we pull out the sun? What a great card for today. What a wonderful, wonderful card. I mean, we've just had the solstice. But sun, still very, very strong. Doing all right, getting good grades. Future's that bright, got to wear shades. The problems behind you, move forwards. Move forwards with a sense of innocence and wonder and embrace the word
innocence in my reading.
Oh, okay. Well, you can carry it and embrace all that lies before you. And you're not as green as your cabbage looking either. That feather in cap, or in this case in headband, is indicative of knowledge learned.
Right. If you compare this card to the Fool, you'll see that there's a sun and there's a feather and there's So I kind of see this card as a rebirth or a reincarnation of the Fool's faith. So I think this goes perfectly with what we're saying. When you do your full moon magic tomorrow, be innocent, not downtrodden. You can say, well, I don't even want to bother to do the magic because in the past things haven't worked out. But this is about believing with the innocence and magic of the child's eyes.
Sense of wonder.
That sense of wonder. When you're a child, and if you fall as a kid, you don't think, I'm going to break every bone in my body and tense all up. You bounce. As an adult, you think, oh, shit, I've broke my leg before. So, mindset. Today's reading is get your magic ready. Get your mindset ready. Tell yourself you're going to succeed. And tomorrow, do some magic. Believe in the magic.
Yeah, we have that on the door. Believe in the magic.
Believe in the magic's on the front door of the shop. Yep.
We do.
Are we done now?
Thank you. Oh, goodness. I guess we are done. Apparently, we should be done now as well because it's like the longest 11s. So I think people have had to go back to work or whatever. It's like, we're still going. They can't shut them up. So thank you so much for watching us. Thank you for the lovely comments. I love the fact that we have a biologist who's now a CPA, which is that's an interesting approach. I think more power to you. I think that's wonderful. Oh gosh, thank you so much for watching us. Have a fabulous day. I know you've got to go and get your niece.
Yeah, I don't know if you'll see us again today, but you will definitely see us for 11s tomorrow.
Oh yeah, 11s tomorrow, if not before. So
depends on if something comes in. We might go stop back and open it up.
We might. We'll see.
And we've got
lots in the air.
And there's witchy wonders that I have to show people too. So.
The witchy wonders.
All right.
All right. Thank you so much for watching us. Have a beautiful day. Please do tell your friends about us. Like, comment, and subscribe.